What's up? It's late and I'm outside. I feel like one of the adventures I would take drunk, but I'm not. I'm sober. Just felt like I needed to get out. And, yeah, just get out. I've been like way too attached to like my girlfriend, really clinging to her to do everything. And it's definitely taking its toll. And, car coming, hold up. It's always awkward, but fuck it. 2 cars. But the thing is, sometimes another car, two more cars. What's crazy is that because it's 1:41 in the morning, and you're always like, I don't know, this place has a lot of people coming in and out all the time. But whatever. I'm gonna try to film it. I don't want to do it in the house. I don't want to do it in the friggin' balcony or whatever. So I wanted to get out, but apparently it's not as isolated as I thought. I could go to the back of the store if I wanted to, but that seems a little sketchy. Maybe I should. Should I do that? I don't know. Yeah. I just been self-sabotaging, of course. I don't know, when something bad happens, like, in my head I go over everything and I, like, talk myself through things, basically, and I'm, like, almost, like, act like I'm recording a video. I think I'm just trying to talk my way through whatever bad situation is happening. And so sometimes I say really things that I'm like, oh, I wish it was on the camera, but obviously I just want to be a natural. But then, like, when I'm like, okay, I'll make a video then, well, then I have nothing really good to say. Just one of those days where you're like, the world's kind of falling down around you. And I just hope that it doesn't fully do that. But I just have a hard time changing who I am, who I've become, you know. I don't want to repeat myself all the time. I just feel like I watch myself as I do things, and I'm like, you know, even I don't like myself when I'm doing those things. Even I'm like, I watch myself do certain things, and I'm like, you're a bitch, bro, to myself for doing this. But then I do it anyways. And this has been more so a recent thing where I'm like, I hate the way that I'm acting, but it's like it just naturally keeps coming out, even if I'm objectively looking at myself and being like, watching myself from a third person perspective. I'm like, what are you even doing right now? And it's causing problems. I just can't get over my own laziness, my own anger, my own lack of drive, and I take it out on my girlfriend. The way I was kind of thinking about it earlier was that, like, I feel like a rot that, like, decays the good things around me. And I'm not trying to be too artsy. I just feel like that's the only way I can really help explain, like, the way I feel, is by using, like, metaphors, I guess. So I don't mean to be too like artsy and trying to paint myself as like some fucking like philosopher or some bullshit like that. I'm not trying to do that. It's just the only way I can like kind of figure out how to talk about what I'm thinking. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm going down the pathway that so many kind of other people. I don't know. You never really think it's going to be you when you see like older people. Maybe they're on drugs or something, or maybe they're doing alcohol, or they're working at some place that nobody would really want to be working at that age, and you never really see yourself. Like, it's always like, I guess you don't even really think about it. You're just like, damn, that's something that happens, I guess. But now I see it, and I see it because I'm living it right now. The only thing going for me is that, relatively I'm still pretty young. But that's also like the worst thing ever. It's overall like it's the greatest thing ever. But it makes you have a false sense of like of safety, because you're like, oh, I still have time. But the thing that's been hitting me really hard right recently is that like it's not as much of a safety net anymore. Because when you're like 16 or something, you're not where you want to be. You're like, I'm still fucking young. When you're 18, same thing. You're just joining life. 22, same thing. But like, I'm past mid-20 point, and so I have to like view myself with just how it is. And I am the guy that ends up being 80 and like walking into stores, and like his family doesn't talk to him, his friends don't talk to him, probably homeless, nowhere to go, but just drinking and feeling good in the moment. And maybe I don't cause problems, but and then I keep doing that as an old man, and I think of maybe I'm still telling myself that like if I could figure it out this year or whatever, but then one day I can see every scenario now. I can see myself having like a really bad liver, really fatty liver, and being like, oh, it's all good, we'll figure it, like always telling myself like, we'll figure this out. But then just doing that for the rest of my life until I drink myself to death and I die with nobody around me. I can see myself dying with no friends and no family, no kids, and just kind of being a blimp of life. And everyone that I knew as children, and like, oh, it's unfortunate what happened, Brandon, oh, I remember that guy, like, what's he up to? He's fucking, we're just running into me at the store and be like, oh shit, like, damn, this is what happened to Brandon, not doing so good, that's being sympathetic. And these are things I could never imagine myself ever. I was so confident. There wasn't a single doubt in my brain that I was going to be successful at what I wanted to do. And so right now I am an example of like how it happens, how the pipeline happens, how you just kind of gradually give up on your dreams and break down and fade away and just eventually die. And it's definitely freaky. there was this bit that my brother told me about a long time ago. It's a Dave Chappelle bit. And, Carl, 1 second. And, something about some guy, I think his name was Billy in the bit. And I forgot what it was. He wanted to do something when he was in high school, like be a fucking actor or something. I forgot what it was, but... And I'm gonna butcher this, so bear with me. But he wanted to be like an actor or something, but he had a girlfriend in high school and he got her pregnant by accident. Shit, okay, so he's gotta start making money and stuff, so he fucking, I think, works at Walmart or something, and, you know, he shows up and he has the kid, and it's a good life, you know, or, like, he's doing decent, and, like, you know, he's such a good worker that they want to promote him. And he thinks about taking it, and he looks at his life, and he looks at the prospect that he's going to work his way up the corporate chain, and so he fucking kills himself. And obviously that's going to be butchered, you know, and hopefully I didn't spoil that for anyone. But obviously, go watch the bit. I haven't even watched the bit myself. No, I think I did watch the bit. And that's me right now. He's basically explaining the pipeline of how you give up on your hopes and dreams because life hits you, the reality of life hits you, and it, like, I don't know, you just become someone different. I am different. I don't literally look in the mirror, but I observe myself all the time, and I'm like, I just can't recognize myself at all. I just can't believe I'm this way. And I'm having a hard time being able to fix it. Will be like, okay, I'm going to try to not be angry. I'm going to try to not be lazy. I'm going to try to be productive. And obviously, like, you're not going to go from fucking complete failure to a successful workaholic, successful driven person overnight or nothing, but still, I just I fucking make everything good around me wither away. And I know this is how, you know, going to rehab and stuff and being like with addicts and stuff like that. This is what happens. You just kind of, you know, everyone has hope in you. Everyone loves you. And everyone believes in you. And then you just keep fucking up. Over and over and over again. And you just slowly watch as all the people start to give up on you. And this is kind of cringy or whatever, but I was listening to that song, Say Something, I'm Giving Up on You, because I was feeling kind of sad. And usually I don't listen to sad music, because a lot of times in my life, like, I don't feel so sad that I could cry or anything. I just feel more so mad whenever I feel anguish or whatever. Anger is kind of like, or frustration or hopelessness, but not like crying sad, which is honestly good because I feel like that's the worst emotion to feel, personally. I never feel more uncomfortable than when I genuinely feel sad to the point where I could cry. I'd rather feel angry, even though it's also destructive. But anyway, I was listening to that song, and the lyrics say something, I'm giving up on you, were hitting me hard because I can feel my girlfriend giving up on me right now, and for a good reason. And she has been with me through so much shit. She didn't even have to. Like, the amount of shit she's been through because of me. And she doesn't even deserve it. She has a hard life growing up. And I'm her boyfriend. Like, she doesn't deserve that. She deserves better than that. But I can feel her giving up on me. And I can feel like, you know, my family hasn't definitely not given up on me, but you know, they start to wear down over time, naturally. You know, if you keep making the same mistakes over and over again, there's only so long people can be, like, super enthusiastic. They're always going to be there to help you, but, like, it's not going to be the same. You have to like prove to them that you're actually going to try to. The same thing with my friends, you know. Lately, I've been playing games with my friends more and talking to them, which is good. But like for a while, I wasn't talking to them. I was afraid I was going to lose them because I never hit them up, and I always left them on red and stuff. And there's only so long that can happen before you eventually lose people. So those song lyrics say something, "I'm giving up on you," or "hitting me hard," and I was like, that's everyone and everything around me, and it's not because of them. It's because of me. I'm at fault here. I'm not a victim of the situation. This is the natural repercussion of being the way I am. And I'm not. I love my people. I don't want. And that feels bad. It feels bad to have people give up on you. And not a pity party bad, but like, there's just something about it that hits harder because it's like giving up on you. That obviously says that they believed in you at some point. And they're losing the faith in you. There's something about someone losing faith in you that is sad. And I mean that like deeply. It's deeply sad. It's a sad action. You know what I mean? I'm not even saying it in terms of like it makes me feel sad. It does, but that's not what I'm trying to say. There's just like when you see someone crying over a lost one, you're like, wow, that's so sad. That's how I feel about people giving up on me, because I always view myself from an outside perspective. Like I'm not looking at myself, I'm looking at someone else, and I'm watching this person just not able to figure it out, slowly losing themselves and kind of fading away, becoming the worst version of themselves. And I'm watching their friends and family and girlfriend slowly just give up on them and say, I guess he's never going to figure it out, and I guess we just got to move on with our lives. That's sad. I can see myself being an old man walking around stuck on alcohol, and like I could see myself drinking myself to death. I envisioned that before. Like I envisioned myself, and this is really dark. It's so dark that I feel uncomfortable. But because based off like my actions, I envisioned myself dying, drinking too much and then dying. And I envisioned that my family having to see that, and my friends having to be seen that or be told that. And I just felt so sad about it. For them. Not for myself, for them. Because I think it's worse to be in their shoes than it is to be in my shoes. But that's not what it's about. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm just like a 26-year-old man coming to terms with who he actually is rather than who he wanted to be. It's trippy. It's like a shock. It's like a culture shock, I guess you could say. That's not the right word, but I guess that's the best way to phrase it, because it's like within this last year, the Band-Aid was ripped off, and I'm like, holy shit, who are you? But I guess that's it. I had a really tough day these past couple of days, and it was self-inflicted. And I really just felt like I needed to post something. I have one video sitting on the computer waiting to be edited and uploaded. This one might go out before that one, I don't know. But I just needed to talk, I guess. And I do enough talking. I feel like I gotta figure out how to do things. I don't know. Maybe journal? I don't know. Maybe I need to talk to people going through the same thing. Maybe I need to go back to the AA meetings or something, because it's like, I wish I had guidance. I wish I had like something there that could really help me gain the power within myself to be able to change. I don't have it. but we shall see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say. The only thing I can think of is trying to figure out a method forward on how to change. I really don't have one. I think I just gotta try to stop thinking less and start doing more. Stop thinking, what do I do today? And just be like, okay, do this product, go read, go. I kind of know what I have to do. I just don't feel like I have any willpower. Yeah. I'm gonna stop now because I'm just going on. So, by the way, with that skit that I told, that comedic, that bit, I'm not at the point where I want to off myself or nothing like that. Thankfully, I do feel pretty bad, but I still do have a tiny spark in me that says, I'm capable of changing this around. And it really just makes me feel bad because I didn't put that inside of there's the reason why I have that delusional part of me is completely out of my control. Like, I didn't do anything to put that delusional self-belief inside of me. So it makes me feel bad for all the people that weren't born with that, because it seems like I was just born with that delusional self-belief, because there's nothing I've done that should make me think that. And so I just kind of feel bad for all the people out there who weren't born with that, because honestly, if I didn't have that, I probably would kill myself, because that's really that's hope, really, was what it is, right? Or like a faith that you're going to be able to get better, which I think, yeah, that's really the only, because what is the point of doing this day-to-day existence if it's so much mental turmoil? It's because I think that one day I can be better, but if I didn't have that, then it's there would be no reason to keep going. So I hope as many people, I don't know, I hope you can develop that so that people that weren't born with it can find it, because I'm really thankful that I have that in me, because if I didn't, I'd be completely hopeless. So that is something to be grateful for sure. I'm very lucky that I was born with that. And if you're here, if you're watching this and you don't have that, I'd probably reach out to someone. I know that's easier said than done. I don't reach out to fucking people. But if you have, the thing is, if you really are about to end it all, then you have nothing to lose, so you might as well at least reach out to a person to see what happens. Because, let's say you reached out to people and it just didn't work out. Well, the result is the same as if you didn't reach out to people, so you might as well give it a shot, right? You might as well give yourself a chance, because at least, even if it's a 1% chance, at least you have a chance, rather than the opposite, which is not reaching out and having 0% chance. You know what I mean? You might as well. You have nothing left to lose, right? So you might as well. But anyways, I gotta go. I'm not fucking Gandhi. I'm not a fucking philosopher or some shit, and sometimes I feel pretentious by doing these videos, but I know that in my heart I'm not doing this to seem like a fucking philosopher, and I'm not doing it to try to paint myself as some fucking Mr. Rogers amazing person I'm just doing this to help people. I do want to, if it does, then that's great, but it's also therapeutic. I'm not trying to paint myself as some good person. I'm not trying to do that. And sometimes I feel self-conscious when I make these videos that I'm portraying that I'm trying to, I don't want to ever have that image of being a Mr. Rogers. I'm not a Mr. Rogers. I'm just a fucking regular guy who's living life. And even that sounds can be construed as oh my god, he's trying to be. I'm not. I'm too self-conscious also, but I'm not. I'm just an average person, who's struggling and trying to figure out a way to not struggle. And people have helped me out, so hopefully I can help out some other people. But I keep getting fucking self-conscious, being you pretentious fucking fake-ass philosopher, Mr. Rogers. It's that's not what the point is. I'm not trying to portray myself as anything. But you get it. Sometimes I just am too self-conscious about things. But that's all for now. I shall see you in the next one.